wind when it's upside down. It's the set of the sail. So, I'd have taken both classes. I wouldn't have waited until I was 25 and broke. Here's the next one. Philosophy that helped change my life. It's not what happens that determines your life future. It's not what happens that determines your life future. It's what you do about what happens. All of us are in like a little sailboat. And it's not the blowing of the wind that determines your destination. It's the set of the sail. So jot this phrase down. It's one of the best to understand. Kids need to understand it. The same wind blows on us all. The same wind blows on us all. The wind of disaster, the wind of opportunity, the wind of change. The wind when it's upside down, the wind when it's favorable and unfavorable. The same wind blows on us all. The economic wind, the social wind, the political wind. The same wind blows on everybody. The difference in where you arrive in 1 year, 3 years, 5 years. The difference in arrival is not the blowing of the wind, but the set of the sail. And that's what learned. Let's go. Let's go. Good morning, family. Rise and shine. Another blessed and grateful day. Super excited to be on here with everybody. TGIF, the Growth Includes Friday, ready for another day to go ahead and give back and pour into the family. Let me go ahead and get live on IG so IG can tap in as well. But before we go ahead and dive into today's topic, a great one, we're going to be talking about the fastest path to success inside of your business, inside of your life. So before we go ahead and dive in, let's get a little bit of gratitude down below. What is everybody grateful for coming into today? Here we go. Let's get to it. So grateful for God, grateful to be alive, so grateful for the mind, for the body, for the spirit. So grateful that God is actually able to go ahead and continue healing my family over there in the hospital. It's been a long couple of days. Actually, they had to get surgery. They broke their tibia, broken kneecap, had to get a rod inside of their leg. So there's been a lot going on. So I'm blessed and grateful they're alive, sending prayers and healing over to the family. Ready to go ahead and keep the growth continuing, right? At the end of the day, everybody has problems in life, but it doesn't matter how we react. It matters how we go ahead and respond. So I'm ready. I'm here for you guys. Let's go ahead and get into it for the day. All right. We're talking about the fastest path to success when it comes to MLM, right? When it comes to mentors, leading mentors, moms, loving moms, making lasting memories, right? So we've got a great topic coming in for today. So drop your gratitude and we're going to go ahead and get started for today's session. Let me get live on IG real quick. All right, good to go. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. I appreciate the love. So here we go. Got a great training. This one's going to be pretty in-depth. This is actually coming from the man himself, Mr. Brandon Boyd, Chairman 100. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but he's actually brought in over 300,000 individuals inside of his business over his career. So it's safe to say he's figured out a little bit of the sauce when it comes to go ahead and mastering all different aspects of this business, right? So first thing we're going to go ahead and talk about, family, is creating the breakthrough, right? How to create a breakthrough inside of your business, inside of your trading accounts, inside of your e-commerce stores. Here's how we dive in. You ready? Number one, when it comes to people, when it comes to building your business, saying less to more people, okay? At the end of the day, I would rather spend an hour talking to 30 different people than spend 1 hour talking to 2. Why? Because my time is very valuable. Your time is very valuable. So what if we could have more doing less, right? This is the beauty, being able to have more doing less. Because at the end of the day, when you guys start to realize everything that we're doing is about leveraging, everything that we're doing is about working smarter and not harder. So I used to spend so much time explaining the business to somebody, telling them about Forex, telling them about e-commerce, telling them about how we can go ahead and multiply our money, until I realized we have a system. We have something that can save us a lot of time, energy, and money simply by allowing them to go ahead and plug in. Okay, so first things first, you've got to be able to understand that at the end of the day, we can have so much more doing less. What do I mean by that? You guys can have more doing less by building your business, by simply getting on Go Live calls and asking questions. If you were to just get on 1 or 2 of Chris Reeve sessions just during the week, you could literally have your store up. You could have your products out. You could have ads going just by seeing others ask questions, testimonials coming through the Zooms.
So at the end of the day, be willing to realize that we can have more doing less. Okay. Next thing, second thing I want to go ahead and talk about. All right. Number 2, stop trying to protect your self-image so much. Now, here's what I mean by that. Protecting your self-image is obviously it's very important, right? But here's what I mean, okay? Keeping your self-image will keep you broke in your bank account, and you're not going to be able to impact many lives if your self-image, if you're the type of person who's afraid to show people who you really are, right? At the end of the day, there's no need to put on a mask for the world. It gets tiring having to put on a mask for somebody, having to put on a mask for social media, having to put on a mask for your family. At the end of the day, you get paid to be yourself. You don't have to fake it till you make it with any of this, right? Faith it till you make it, absolutely. But at the end of the day, at the beginning of your journey, a lot of people would ask me, D, how much money have you made? And they're looking for you to lie. You know what I realized? You don't need to lie to anybody. Be real. If you're a month in this business, if you're 2 or 3 months diving in with your e-commerce store, with trading, be real. Let them know where it is that you were at, where it is where it is that you were, where it is that you're at, and where it is that you're going. 3 things. That's the easiest way to tell your story. And that's how people are going to relate. For me, I was broken homeless, 30K in debt. I had no job. I was struggling. I was working 60 hours a week before that. And when I found this academy, I understood that I could have my money work for me. I understood if I kept doing the same things, I'm going to get the same results. So I had to be willing to look a little crazy. Most people, they thought I was nuts when I first started trading. Why are you wasting time on the charts? Why are you wasting time getting on so many Zooms? Why are you taking so many notes? If I was worried about keeping my self-image back then, I would never be where I'm at. Family, I was living in my car, but I was not afraid to show what it was that I was going through. I documented my whole journey. You can scroll down to the bottom of my Instagram and go look at my whole journey. You can see it pretty much from sleeping in my car to moving into my first apartment, sleeping on the couch and the floor, to literally everything after that. The whole past 5 years is documented right there. So at one point in time, I was going to be able to show somebody that's going through my shoes that, guess what? I was just like you. I had no money. I was living out of my car. None of my family believed in me. Everybody thought what I was doing was a joke. But if I wasn't willing to follow the masses and do the opposite, I'd be still sitting in the same spot. I'd be still clocked into a cubicle, miserable, because I was worried about what other people would think. My girlfriend broke up with me because she thought I was crazy. I was literally, for 2 years, I'm here talking about being able to travel the world, impact these people, learning different streams of income. She thought I was nuts. But if I would have protected my self-image, I'd be in the same spot that I was back then. Who knows where I would be? So at the end of the day, your self-image is important, but don't worry about it if you're so concerned with negative people's opinions, because they're not going to pay your bills. So if they're not going to switch bank accounts, if they're not going to switch houses, if you wouldn't be willing to do any of those things, don't be willing to accept their opinion. It's the most expensive thing that anybody can own, accepting somebody else's opinion. Okay. Next, here's the next one. I told you what we do is all about being a trailer to the movie, right? Have more, doing less. So at the end of the day, we have so many different ways that all of you can actually be the trailer to the movie. And at the beginning, this is one of the keys that I needed to learn. We like to call it word vomiting, right? Essentially, we're saying way too much to too many people, and it's kind of like a movie. If I tell you, yo, there's a crazy movie, insane fight scene, but guess what? At the end, the little girl passes. You're like, D, I don't even care to go see the movie anymore. Well, the same thing happens with business. If you go on to explain too much, nobody's going to want to care to come show up to see the movie that you have to offer. So at the beginning, I was explaining way too much about training. I was explaining way too much about the business. And I ended up realizing, let the mentors actually break down what it is that we do. Let your mentors break down their questions, because as you're new, you're not going to know how to answer. You're not going to know all the details inside of trading and e-commerce and traveling and how to navigate through the back office. But you see, your mentor does. So in this business, leveraging, edification, learning how to invite is one of the most powerful couple of skill sets that any of us can actually learn, because it's probably the easiest hard work that you're ever going to get paid to do, right? So if you think about it like this, right? All we have to do, basically what we're doing is we're seeing if individuals are open, and we're giving them a door. We're giving them an out. Okay. At the end of the day, we have to sell nobody on what it is that we do, right? This is why they say be interested instead of interesting. That's all I'm doing with people. And when I ask questions, here's what I find out. Most people are working a job. Okay, that's a given. Some people are going to school. A lot of people have debt from school. But here's what I've realized: not many people are excited to go to work tomorrow. If you know a couple, that's a rare percentage. But for the most part, IG, how many of you are excited to go to work tomorrow? Right? For the answer for most people, the question is no. I know I wasn't working 60 hours a week flipping cheesesteak inside of the kitchen. Now, here's the deal: there's nothing wrong with the job. I will be the last person to ever talk down on jobs, but here's what I'm up on. Here's what the dream team is up on. We're up on opportunity, right? During COVID, people realized you can't just have one stream of income. You have one stream of income, you're going to be stuck like Chuck. So now as we're entering in a recession again, people are going to realize in 2023, we need multiple streams of income. We need to have money coming in. If we have 10 bills, right, pulling out of our pocket, 10, 20, 30 bills, but we only have one stream of income coming in, tell me how that equation is ever going to make sense for us to get out of the rat race of the 9 to 5, for us to get out of the rat race of being paycheck to paycheck. It's never going to happen, right? The equation is very simple. We need more streams coming in to match all of the streams that are coming out. So all it is that we're doing, we're creating conversations, we're asking questions about what it is that they do, where do they live, what do they do for work, what are they focused on, what are their goals the next 90 days. For some people, for most, they're not excited about what they do. For a lot of people, they don't have any goals, they don't have any vision for their life because they're just floating by. This is why I named myself Define Dreams, because I understood most people have never sat and taken the time to define their own dreams. They're lost, they're floating. And guess what? It's like an airplane. If we're flying in circles, we're never going to really be able to get anywhere. So this is exactly what we do. We're here to help others paint a vision. We're here to help them see that we have a vehicle that they can use to go and propel themselves into what area, whatever aspect, and help push whatever passion that they have inside. Okay. So number one, we're being curious. We're seeing what is it they do. Number two, we're opening the door. We're seeing if they be open to opportunity. We're seeing if they be able to like to learn a skill set to make money from home, to be able to learn a skill set that anywhere with Wi-Fi, your money can work for you, to be able to learn how to make your money work for you while you're sleeping. It's Warren Buffett says, right? You don't find a way to make money in your sleep, you're going to work to the day that you what? You get the idea, right? So this is it. This is the power of understanding this business, right? Have more, doing less. If we were making sandwiches for a living, how many people would overthink that? Right? If we had a sandwich shop open, it's not about overthinking it. We would just literally open the door, see who wants to come and test out the sandwich, see who wants to go ahead and try it, and let them make the decision for themselves. That's all this business is about. Keep the door open, show that you're consistent, document your journey, and watch how many people become magnetic to what it is that you do, because so many, they want to make money from home. They want multiple streams of income. They want to go ahead and start an e-commerce store to take advantage of the holidays. I guarantee you. But you've got to be able to lead by example, document the journey, and not be afraid about what other people think about what it is that you do. Okay, and I've got, let me see. All right, I've got 4 more bullets for you. Okay, a couple of these go hand in hand. Okay, so what I meant by before, you've got to be willing to take a temporary loss of self-esteem from ignorant people in your life. Okay. A lot of people, they might think what you're doing is not going to make you any money. Why? Because it's different to them. And here's another thing. As you start to level up in your journey, here's what I've started to notice, okay? When people get jealous of what you do, when people give hate on what it is that you're doing, most of the time it's because you are a reflection of what they wish that they were doing inside of their life. Journaling, taking notes, right? Your affirmations, plugging on these Zoom calls, learning new information every day. Most of the time when people take time to come out of their day to reply something negative to what you're doing, it's because you're a reflection of what they wish they should be doing. So if you have people that's coming out of the cracks, understand you're probably doing something right. If you have nobody that's talking negative, if you have no hate that's coming into your life, I'm going to be the one to tell you, you're not doing enough. That's what I've come to realize in 4 or 5 years. If you have nobody coming out of the cracks talking about you, you're not doing enough. It's time to get louder. It's time for people to really know what it is that you do. Because if you stay in your shell, if we stay comfortable, let me predict what 2023 is going to look like. A lot like right now. And let me ask you this question. Are you happy with where we're at right now? Or do you envision a complete different level of abundance coming into 2023? You let me know. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I envision 2023 to be one of the most phenomenal years that any of us have ever experienced. I'm talking withdrawals. I'm talking ka-chings. I'm talking impact. I'm talking travel. I'm talking giving back to the family, helping them get seriously healthy. I'm talking about creating a connection with God that is impenetrable. This is the lifestyle that I'm after. This is the dreams that I'm looking to define, not just for myself, but help you define yours. So you can wake up with a passion every day as well. You can wake up every day beating your alarm clock. That's what life is supposed to be like. Many humans, we're human being. Very few are actually living. Many are just being. I don't want to be the individual being. I want to wake up ecstatic for life. I want to wake up excited. I want to wake up to messages pouring in for the impact that I've been able to create from my story. And here's the deal. Every one of us on this call, we have the same opportunity. I promise you, as you start to develop, and you've already noticed it, you've gotten messages, you've seen people reach out to you from the cracks that don't like, that don't comment, but they reach out to you and say, you know what? Thank you for your consistency. Thank you for your heart. Thank you for showing up every day. I'm so glad because you know what? I don't know if I'd be able to do it without you. And when you start to get these messages pouring in, I'm telling you, it takes one positive message to outweigh a million other negative messages. People ask me, D, how are you still going 5 years later? That's a big reason why. It doesn't take much for me to understand that one candle can impact millions of other candles. It didn't take me long to figure that out. So every one of us, imagine if we have all of our candles together. Look at the light we can create. Look at the energy. Look at the synergy that happens when teamwork comes together. This is why they say teamwork makes the dream work. This is why the dream team is so powerful, because every one of you brings strengths to the table. Okay. So understand that as you look different, as you look unique, as you start to stick out in front of the world, you are doing the world justice. This is called integrity. I was talking about integrity on yesterday's call when I had a session with my London squad, and we Googled the word integrity. Do you know what the word integrity means? Somebody drop it down below. If you want to give me what your definition of integrity means. Detroit Bird, I'm in the US, brother. Florida. Okay? Integrity. It means having high moral standards, raising the bar for yourself, core values, right? When you have strong core values, you don't care about what other people think. You're not worried about any other people's opinions because you're living in your truth. Okay? So for many, how we look is more important than making a difference. I decided a long time ago that ideology was out the window. So choose today to make an impact. And the last thing, here's how I want to go ahead and wrap it up for everybody today. Okay? KISS. Keep it super simple. Okay? This business is not complicated. Trading is not complicated. E-commerce is not complicated. Impacting lives is not complicated. Giving value is not complicated. Creating connection with God is not complicated. It's all very simple. It's simple, but it's not easy. Okay? It's simple, but it's not easy. So at the end of the day, how do we go ahead and stop overthinking? We focus on the little things. We stop focusing on the back office. We stop focusing on the ranks. We stop focusing on the money, and we start focusing on the skill sets. We start focusing on the responsibility. We start focusing on the rituals. We start focusing on beating the version that we were yesterday. That's it. That's all I'm worried about every day when I wake up. I'm not looking at the money. I'm not worried about the back office. I'm not worried about my trading account. I'm worried about the percentages. I'm worried about the growth. I'm worried about just beating the version of myself yesterday. And I promise if every one of us, if we do this every day, there's no way that you're not going to be able to look back in a matter of 7 days, 30 days, coming into March Madness, coming into summer. You're going to be a completely new you. You're going to look in the mirror by summertime and be like, oh my goodness, I don't even recognize who this person is. Because we started 2023 early. Many are starting literally in the next couple of days. We've been on it for the past, not just a couple of days, we've been on it for the past couple of weeks and months. So imagine our momentum coming into the new year. So family, let me be the first one to tell you, I'm so proud of you. I see your growth. I see you showing up every day. And if nobody's there to tell you, I'm going to be the first to tell you, I believe in you. I'm proud of you. I appreciate you. I see you showing up. The work does not go unnoticed. So family, that's my training for you guys today. If you got any value, if you're ready to go ahead and reach your breakthrough and step into your highest version, smash that like button, drop some sevens down below, and get ready for an abundant rest of the month. We are wrapping up the last day of the Hunger Games, right? Break the Code is coming in fast into January. So family, 2023 is already laid out. We've got Break the Code coming from January around 20th to the 22nd. Then 90 days later, we're leading into March Madness. And then we're coming into the summertime. And then we're gonna have our huge event coming in towards the end of the year. So, and a lot of little things in between, right? Summertime, we're going to have exclusive TLX trips. We're going to have a getaway trip for the Dream Team exclusively. So get ready, family. A lot is going down. I'm excited. TGIF, the Growth Includes Friday. I hope you have an abundant day. I love you. I appreciate you. And it is your favorite entrepreneur, Define Dreams. Merry Christmas, family. That's right. Enjoy the time with your family. Have a happy holidays if you are celebrating it. It's your favorite entrepreneur, family. Define Dreams. Remember, you can be, do, and have anything that you can hold in your mind. You can hold it right here in your hand. The only thing that's left is for time to catch up. I love you, fam. Have a great day. Let's get to it. The weekend continues. Let's get to it. It's game time.